Hello, good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? All right, I hope you guys are having a very beautiful evening. Welcome on the Speaker Show. I'm your host, Niniola Fatal, like most of you know. So now I know all the time, there has to be one thing or the other that happen or that take place. But I just want to share with you that, I'm so sorry for any delay and also for our guests not being available tonight to be with us. So I'm so sorry on their behalf. And then, we look forward to having an exciting time with them. So tonight, don't worry, it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be me and you, and then we are all gonna have a good time this evening. And I'm excited to be here. Like most of you know, Fridays are always days that I'm happy, I'm excited. I just want to be. I just because it's beautiful to be in the midst with you guys, to be live with each and every one of you because you guys are amazing. You guys are doing good. And I love you guys so much with your dedication. All right. So tonight, what I really want to talk about is relationship. And there's so many things that is trending right now that we actually even going to get into. So please get your seat and relax. Okay, because tonight is gonna be fun. But first of all, let's talk about relationship. How to actually, get your relationship into a right place. And what does the relationship itself mean to you? I'm going to be breaking down one or two things before we get into the juicy parts. All right. But I just want you to understand one or two things that every relationship is unique and people come together for many different reasons. And part of what defines a healthy relationship, sometimes it's like, sharing common goals for exactly what you want the relationship to be and where you want it to go. And sometimes, it can actually even be just taking a deep conversation, like having real conversation between the both of you. And most importantly, being honest with your partner, with your spouse. It could be your friend, whatever relationship that is that you cherish a lot, that makes that means a lot to you. So you need to cultivate the habit. It takes time to build relationship, either with your spouse. Even sometimes I've seen people that they get married and they don't even have that relationship anymore. They're just living their day-to-day life as married couple, doing same thing over and over, and that's about it. So, to have an exciting, there's so many stuff that I'm going to share with you this evening that I'm excited about. So, all right, so that that makes the relationship beautiful, like have your relationship being healthy, that can actually help you and sustain you, that you can rely on. See, there's nothing as beautiful as having someone that you look back and then you're like, this person got my back. I can trust this person because truly, this person is worthy of that trust, of that honesty. So now, understanding that in building all these healthy relationship, there's some characteristic that you need to put into, that you need to focus in, because every individual comes with different characters. Every individual comes with different attitude. So it's about you knowing how to deal and handle all these little things, and knowing the principle, just the basic principle can actually even help your relationship grow stronger and stronger, and having a fulfilling and exciting, whatsoever goal that the both of you might you might align down for, how you want the relationship to be. But I'll tell you, relationship is beautiful when you have that strong connection with someone that you really like. Like I said, they don't have to be your partner, your love partner, or your spouse. You might not have a spouse, or you might have a spouse. It doesn't matter. It might be a friend, but it is beautiful to have relationship, and having a relationship of people that you can actually trust, that you can count on. Now, another thing that I want to tell you about the beauty of relationship and growing a healthy relationship is doing things together. I've been in like my single and marriage conferences that you will hear the spouse be like, oh, the man's job is just to go out there, provide for the home, and that's about it, and they do nothing. She goes to work, come back home. He goes to work, come back home, provide, take care of the family, and that's about it. But I want to tell you that there's something more. There should be more. See, when you enjoy each other's company, I'm telling you, when you enjoy each other's company, you'll be eager to want to do things together. You'll be eager to want to know more about each other because you don't know it all. You don't know the person 100%. That's the honest truth. You keep discovering the person that you're with. See, how many of you have been in marriages or like, you've been in a relationship for like years and then you'll be like, oh my God, I don't even know this person. It's like I'm just discovering something new about this person. So, it happens like that. So you need to take the time to know the person, discover the person, do things together, have dinner together, plan something. Plan something. Don't let walk. Take the best out of your relationship. Take the best out of your life because eventually, when you just walk, and ignore the people that are important to you become lonely because you keep searching and searching because you didn't take the time to do the right thing at the right time. So you keep longing and longing and longing outside. You keep longing for more. So you need to stop that attitude by creating something exciting. So if your partner or if your friend is not someone that that just like that, cool, whatever, whichever way that you can be a better person, there's nothing as good as being in someone's life either for a short period of time or for a long period of time, and the person can say, wow, this person made an impact in my life. This person did something significant in my life that for years they keep remembering who you are, they keep remembering the relationship, like whatsoever that you guys did together. But there's something about you that touched their life, there's something about you that just can't make them forget who you really, really are. Now, tell your partner, what you need. And now this year, like, telling your partner what you need by not making guesses, like it's one of the problems that a lot of people have. They automatically guess. And sometimes you think the other person should know what you're thinking. Come on, how would they know? There's no magic anywhere that's going to make them know. So you need to be able to speak for yourself. You need to be able to open your mouth, encourage your partner to see how they feel. Many people can't handle it. They can't take it when someone is sharing how they feel. They don't like it, especially if it is something coming out negative. They don't like it because they just don't want to hear the truth. You need to be at a place that you are honest with yourself, that you want to hear the truth, because there's nothing as good as having someone that tells you, that give it to you the way it is. So don't guess for your partner, or you don't guess for them. Don't do that. It destroys relationship. It buries those exciting moments, those beautiful things. It buries them. So don't guess. Relationship is not built on guessing. It's built on knowing, understanding, communication. Because when you communicate, you get the better value of that person. But when you do not communicate, there's no how you can get a better value of the person you're talking to or the person that you have in your life. So you need to cultivate all these habits because they will help you to go a very, very long way. Now, another thing that I want to tell you is this: be a good listener. Oh, I like, people who know me very well. People who knows me know that, like, Nini is a good listener. I will listen to everything that you need to say. Be a good listener. Now, understand one thing: when you are being a good listener, when you are listening, don't listen to argue. Don't listen to just, conclude something in your mind. Listen to understand. Listen, don't argue, don't walk your way out, don't try to be like, oh, like you don't want to listen, don't be somebody that someone can control. Don't be that kind of a person. Listen and understand. When you listen and understand, it helps your relationship. It helps a lot. It helps you understand where the person is coming from, what the person is saying. But when you don't listen, you don't know. So be a good listener. Very, very important that you have to practice that. You have to practice that. And another thing is that you need to be able to manage stress in your relationship. You need to be able to manage it. I'll tell you. Wife comes from home, from work with stress of workload, work stress, all those things. Husband comes home with work stress. So the both of them are stressed. You need to be able to manage stress, whereby like it doesn't damage what you have. It doesn't ruin those excitements. See, be somebody who is always excited, excited for goodness, excited for good things. So manage stress. And how can you manage stress? Don't pass the anger from work. Don't come and pass it to the person that you have in your life or to your home, because it's none of your home business. Your home didn't know exactly what happened, what took place at your workplace or outside. They don't know. So why do you want to blame them for it? Why do you want to bring that aggression home? Why? It's not healthy. It's not. So work is work and home is home. But still, find a better time that you can talk about whatever has happened to you in your day. Maybe not even work. It might just be like, going out or whatever it is. Share with your partner. Talk with them. Have conversation. Laugh about it. Even though it got you upset earlier on, laugh about it. And then, talk, 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 talk. Always talk. Talk about it. When you talk, it makes your life easy. So you need to always talk. And another thing that I want to share with you is that you need to recognize what is important to your partner. See, many people don't know this. Many people don't even know that, I need to know exactly, I need to study this person. Like, what does your partner likes? Or maybe even ask yourself, does my partner even know what I like? Ask yourself that. Like, what exactly does my partner even know about me? If they don't know, sit them down, share with them, let them know. See, when we keep all these things away from ourselves, when we keep all these things from the people who cares about us, and we keep all these things to ourselves, that is when you are going to be longing for someone else. That's when you'll be longing for another friendship, because you'll feel that that friendship is not fulfilling enough for you to stay. So then, it makes you like, just want to find someone else. And life doesn't work like that. If you don't deal with yourself, if you don't have a better communication, then there's no how things can be better. Even though you meet the right person, if you're still not able to work on yourself, then it's like one just remains stagnant. And you don't want that. So communicate, talk, and talk and talk and talk. All right. We're going to be getting into my juice very, very soon. All right. And then one last thing that I want to share with you guys is this: don't make winning your goal in your relationship. Stop it. I want to win. I want to be the one that has the final say. I want to be the one that make the decision. Oh, it's my decision that you're following. Oh, stop it. Even the Bible makes us understand that two shall come together in one accord and they shall become one. So it's not about you winning, it's about you doing the right thing. It doesn't matter if it is your decision that is always standing, that is always making the final say. It doesn't mean that you should take your partner for granted. It doesn't mean that you should take that friend for granted, thinking like, they don't have something upstairs. No. Or the fact that they let you, like, they let you take the lead, it doesn't mean that they are incapable. So you need to show respect to your partner, your woman, show respect, your man, show respect what comes out of their mouth, respect what they do. See, it's funny that, like, people still do it. I've seen some relationship that they still do it, that they feel that it's the man that needs to to receive the respect, and the woman doesn't need it. That's a lie. Respect is reciprocal. When you respect yourself, then they will respect you. There's nothing like because you're married, or because this person, we're close, we talk anyhow to one another, then that limits that respect. No, you show respect to one another regardless. You do. And you need to take care of one another. You need to take care of one another. Very, very important. Sexually, take care of your partner. I'm telling you this. Take care of your partner. We don't talk about this, but the truth is that we have to talk about it. Because if we don't talk about it, then we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So you need to be able to I'm trying to find the right word. You need to take care of your partner, regardless of whatever it is. Take care of them. Ask their needs. Don't complain. Work things out together. And now I want to go into the juicy part. All right. So I'm going to be taking some question now, but still I'm going to go into the juicy part. And I'm going to be asking you guys this question before I start taking, the questions that you guys have. Now, there's something trending right now. For some of you will know, I'm sure, like for the African, to the Nigerians, they might probably know. There is a man who is called AY. Now, it's funny that, this man shared, he's like, he had one or two, like, he's having some issues, or he had some issues with his partner. Now, on his social blog, he put on that this is my son. Okay. And everybody went crazy about it. And they keep saying, some were insulting him, saying all kind of things like, how can this person, have a married, like to have a 17-year-old son and all that. And then people started giving all sort of opinions, suggestions, and all that. And then, the most important is that they keep insulting him because he wrote, "Welcome, my son." Oh, my son is coming. I can't remember very well what exactly it was. And until he shared and brought the son on stage when he was having a live show. And then he said to everyone that live show that this is my sister's son. And everybody went quiet. Now, my question is this. What do you think of social media? How does social media, how do you think it inflames our lives? And then also, another question that I have for you guys is this. What do you guys think about that scenario? So when people, do you think it's necessary for you to put your stuff out there and people just jump into conclusion? So, they just say whatever they want to say, forgetting that it's just social media. I can post something and it does not necessarily mean that that's really what it meant. But people go crazy. What do you guys think about that? I want to know your intake on that. So I'm going to be taking some of the questions that we have here, and hopefully, you guys are going to be able to drop something for us tonight. All right. So let's go. All right, so we have someone here that says, how can someone save a relationship where your partner just won't create the time for you? That's a very, very beautiful question. And I want to say thank you for asking that. See, what you need to do is this. If they don't have time for you, you need to try to make that extra effort by finding, if they don't have time in the day, if they don't have time, in the evening, whatsoever, how busy their schedule might be, one way or the other, you guys are going to be on the same bed. That could be a perfect time for you that you can wake them up and you can have a deep conversation. See, when a partner is not, see, the two sides have to be willing, depending on the situations. The two sides have to be willing. So I would suggest that, find the perfect time that you can have that good conversation with your partner, that you can pour out whatever that you might have in your mind, whatever that you might think about, like you want to talk about. It might be something that is bothering your mind that you want to share with them. It is important that they listen to you. It is important. So make that extra effort to find a perfect time that you can take the time to speak to them. All right. I hope that helps and answer the question. All right. So there's another question here as well too. All right. Can you change what you don't like about your partner Nah, 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 nah. You can't change your partner. You can't change what you don't like. Don't make that mistake. Don't let them change for you. No. But find a way that you can work it out. Find a way. Maybe let's say, for example, um let's say for example, your wife is the type that I'm trying to think. Maybe your wife or maybe your husband or whichever one, is the type that just like yelling, for example, loves yelling and yelling and yelling. And you've said 1,000 times that come, I don't like this when you yell. I don't like it when you're screaming, when you're doing all those things. It doesn't make us to have a good conversation. Do you think you can change that person that stop yelling? And then your approach also matters. How you address it, it matters. Excuse me. All right. So how you address the situation, it does matters a lot. But you cannot change them. But you can work around it. That you can make them understand that this thing, I don't like it. This thing, I don't want it. Come together. Say your mind. Don't assume. Don't guess. Because sometimes your partner might be doing something, and then you think in your mind that, oh, okay, you know, he or she should have known that that thing, I don't like it. Is you thinking it in your mind? They don't know. And because they don't know, they keep repeating same thing over and over and over, thinking you like it because you didn't communicate. You didn't voice out. So you need to speak that this I don't like and find a way to work with it. Find a way to handle it with your partner. I hope that answered the question. All right. So we're still here. All right. So there's another question here. How can one deal with a partner with little or serial urge? All right, okay. Well, I guess I'm not specialized in that area. But I hope I can still answer the question. All right. So, how can you deal with a partner? All right. So, what I will say is this. Everybody have a limit to at which they can get to. But yet, even though they have the limit, there are still things that you can do. They can still, put the aroma, put the juices, put everything that, it can still be fulfilling. You know, it doesn't matter who have the, like, who have the little urge, like who have the big urge. At the end of the day, it's about both partner, both, having and enjoying one another. That's the most important. If they enjoy you, what else? And they feel fulfilled, they feel happy once you guys are done, or like, that helps a lot. So I know I didn't answer that a lot, but I hope that helps a little. All right. So how can your partner communicate in order to avoid conflicts? All right, I love this one so much. I love all the questions, don't get me wrong. All right. So how can your partner communicate in order to avoid conflicts? By sharing, listening, listen to them, listen to what they have to say. When you listen and you communicate and you understand, then there won't be room for conflict. But when you do not listen and you conclude, then there will be conflict. Because when the person is communicating, or maybe they don't, maybe, because I've seen scenario, I'll share this with you. I had a friend, and then, they were sharing their story, like, their marriage and all that. And at the end of the day, the way the marriage, like, it got into some problems, some issues like that. And the partner was trying to say something, and the other person was not listening, because He was trying to say things over and over and over, and the partner wasn't listening. Then at the end of the day, it was like, okay, whatever it is, then he start keeping it to himself. That okay, since whatever I have to say, you won't even say anything about it. You won't listen to what I have to say. Then what is the point? Then I'll stop sharing. Then I'll stop talking. Sometimes we get out, like, you get your partner into that situation, you get them to that level. So it's about a mutual understanding. So where do you stand? Where? Ask yourself those questions. Are you actually even listening without concluding, without jumping into conclusion? Are you yourself? Because you need to see where you are yourself before you can actually talk about someone else. So, in order to avoid conflict, both of you needs to have a mutual ground of communication. Talk, pour out your mind, speak, be honest, say the truth to one another. Let it hurt. You're still gonna go back and pat each other on the back. That's real love. And I hope that helps. All right. So, how do we improve? Okay, I can see this for one reason or the other. Okay. How do we improve on listening ability without arguing? Oh, that's very, very easy. Very easy. I'll tell you the trick. Like I said, a good listener, honestly, a good listener wins it all. Wins it all. The only way you can improve in listening ability without arguing is understanding. Listen to understand. Don't listen to argue. Don't listen to be right. Don't listen to justify your action, but listen to understand what the person is saying. It could be at work. It doesn't even have to be your partner. It could be your friend. When you listen, then you can have a good communication where there won't be any argument. But when you do not listen, then it will be the other side. So you need to listen and understand what they are saying. Don't conclude. And if there's something that you don't understand, open your mouth and talk and say, this thing I do not understand. This thing I don't get it. This is what I'm thinking about it. Because sometimes our perception might be wrong to what the other person is saying. So you need to be able to find a way to communicate effectively. Communicate effectively, talk effectively. So that way you can grow your relationship. That way, you guys can improve in just a second. All right. So you guys can improve your relationship. All right. So we're coming to an end of this tonight show, and I am excited. I am very, very happy. Honestly speaking, you guys are amazing. You guys have done really, really, really well. And there is another question that just came in right now. What do we do when we have with our partner but desire? Oh, sorry, the person said wrong. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Sorry. So the person said, what do we do when we are with our partner but desire other people? Hmm. Wow. What a great question. And it is like it almost feels as if the searching isn't done. And I am worried. All right. Okay. This is a very beautiful question. And I'll be honest with you, many people go through this. Many people experience this. So I want to say thank you for that beautiful question because many people experience it. The best way is that you need to find things of interest in your partner. You need to find something interesting about them. You need to find something exciting about them. Excuse me. Because when you don't, See, many people call many things causes like make marriages or relationship break apart. Many things, many things. So in order for you not to desire other partner, the only reason why you can desire other partner is because there's something that you're looking for that you're not just seeing in that partner that you have right now, and that's the only reason why you're going to be looking outside. It's that simple. There's something that is not fulfilling in that relationship that you have. That's why you're looking outside. And for you to avoid that, looking outside, they can cause you to it like it could be anything. So I don't want to title it in one way, like maybe fornicate and all that, because it could be just ordinary friends and all that. But at the end of the day, the solution to it is find something interesting about your partner. Look at the other side and see how that desire that you have inside of you, you guys can walk around it, how you can maneuver it. Because there are thousands of ways that we can walk around things. Maybe probably like you might desire something else and they are not giving that energy back. And if they're not giving that energy back, then it's not healthy. So, in order to protect your mental mind as well, to not to be stressful about that thing that you are lacking, that you think you can find outside, absolutely, you will find it outside. But find something interesting with your partner, in your partner, that can keep the ball rolling. And I hope that helps. All right, all right, all right. So there's another question right here. One most perfect that before going into marriage, one can always work it out. Mm, true. That's true. That's true. All right. So you guys have been very, very amazing. Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this. I love this so much. But yet, you guys didn't answer my question, but I'm still here waiting. What do you guys think of social media getting involved in your partner or putting too much? Do you think it's ideal to put too much on social media, or do you think that you should just put less so that people don't have to run into conclusion about you? Or like, what do you think? Do you think that everything that you see on social media is what you have to believe? What do you guys think about that? Like, I really want to know your intake on that, like, really, because sometimes you just think that, like, oh, this thing I want to put, and you know that's why I'll tell you one thing. There's these young folks that, I always, kind of mentor, and then when we sit and then when we're talking, it's not like, oh, I love the way this person did this, so I also want to do it. And it's just social media. And one of them was sharing with me that until one day she happens to meet the person, because they go to the same school. So she happens to meet the person and then realize that everything that the person has been posting online is actually the opposite of the person's real life. And you've been there comparing yourself. You've been there wanting the same thing. What do you guys think of social media? Because I think that, like, social media is influencing a lot of our youth out there, and even elderly people. Not elderly, but people in the 30, 40, 50s. Like, social media have a great influence, and it could be negative, it could be positive. But I've seen a lot of negativities, a lot, that kind of crop around social media. And at the same time, I've seen a lot of positive things as well, too. But, I will leave that for you guys to just decide, if there's no one to just tell me something what they think right now. But I'll just leave that for you guys to, you can share that with me. Whatever you think, you can come up with it later on. And I just want to say, all right. So there's someone here that say we are in an era where people abuse social media. Okay, okay. All right. I hope that person can help us through a little bit more light, and then I can just read to everyone, but it's okay, whatever you're comfortable with, it's okay. All right. So that's another thing again. Like, people abuse social media, and I agree with what you said. I agree. I totally agree. People abuse it in one way or the other, putting things that they are not real and saying, even for marketing strategies, people use it. The world is messed up right now, but we're still here, we're hanging in. All right, so it's been a very wonderful evening, like I've been saying, with each and every one of you. So I just want to say thank you so much for always joining the speaker show, for always being here. You guys are amazing, you guys are phenomenal, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your dedication, for your time. You guys are wonderful. You guys are wonderful. All right. So next week, I'm going to see you guys and we're going to be having a guest. And hopefully, what happened today wouldn't happen again next week. I'm hoping because it has not always been like that. But, sometimes we take exceptional to some things as well too. So I just want to say everyone do have a very, very wonderful, all right. So there's some people here that they're just coming up with their ideas, and then all right, so let's quickly take a minute to, let's just see what's out there. Let's see what people are coming up with. See, that's the problem. Late hours when you're ready to go is when people are dropping in. All right, let's quickly go through this and then see, see one thing or the other. All right. So one said, I think we shouldn't put, okay, we shouldn't post everything on social media because it is you and your partner's business, not everyone. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree. You shouldn't put everything about you on social media because it is nobody's business. It is your business. It is you. It's your problem, not other people's problem. So inviting people in is like you're opening the door. So when they come in, then don't blame them because you choose to open the door. And I understand that there's some situation like, when we have people, that, one way or the other, their stuff is outside. But yet there's still ways that you can still cup things around that whatever you want to share is what you share. And what you don't feel like sharing. All right. And then there's another one that says that it's little-minded people that put their relationship on social media for people's approval. I like that. I like that coming in. I like that. All right. So there's another one that say, what happened once you break up? Are you going to put that okay on social media too? I like the way you guys are coming up with all these things. You guys are amazing. Oh my goodness. All right. So there's one that says it is called the IoT. There is always two sides to a coin. It depends on what we choose. Cyberspace is big, so we choose how to use it. I 100% agree with you. I love the way you guys are coming up with all this. You guys are amazing, honestly speaking. Wow, wow, wow. You guys, thank you so much for your contribution. You really made this amazing. All right, so there's another one that just came in right now that we're gonna be taking before we all leave. All right, I know if we stay here, we're gonna keep taking questions, but our time is almost up, so we just have to like round it up and let us go. All right, so there's another one that just came up right now that says when people in a true relationship that is genuinely post everything concerning their life online is a sign of weakness and short sightedness. Wow. All right. So another person said that being said, I do think it is okay to seek guidance from trusted peers about your relationship if it is beyond you. I agree with that. Absolutely. You should go, find someone that you can always talk to about your relationship. But most importantly, that shouldn't be based on social media's opinion about you. So all right. What else? All right. It means a relationship, there is no value in that relationship. You guys are amazing. All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We have come to an end of the show for today. So I just want to say thank you very, very much. And then how remain your one and only host, Nino Lafatai on the speaker show. And how we'll see you next week. But one word that I want to tell you guys before you leave today is that whatever you do, whatever you do, always think positive. Always think positive about yourself, about the other person that you have in your life. Do not into a conclusion. Do not the other person know everything that you are thinking in your head. Don't get it wrong. So that will be my word for you today. And I just want to keep encouraging each and everyone, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep rising, and together we'll make it to the top. And I will see you next week. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of the Speaker Show, you guys are wonderful. I will see you next week.